What is going on, everyone? Skull Rider here. If you are watching this as I have uploaded this, well, I hope you're having a fantastic New Year's. I most certainly am, as I have some extremely exciting news for the future direction of this channel. So, over the course of 2024, I will be attempting to upload, hopefully weekly, my progress in a challenge I will be partaking in for the course of this year. And this challenge is actually one that I'm pretty excited to do. It might be torturous sometimes, but for the most part, I think I'm really going to enjoy it, and I hope you guys do too, as that's kind of the main reason I'm doing this is for the content. But anyhow, let me explain what this challenge actually is. So, over the course of this year, I will be listening, or at least attempting to listen to, one music album every day, and after I listen to it, I will be ranking it on a tier list of my making. The albums that I will be listening to on a daily basis are not just going to be random. Basically, Rate Your Music has a list of the albums on the website that have the highest ratings from the users. I think that an album's placement on this list is related to not only its rating by the users, but also how many users have actually rated it. So there are some albums on this site that might have like 4.9 out of 5, but if only 10 people have reviewed it, then it still probably won't even make the cut for this list. Now, I'm choosing Rate Your Music for this challenge opposed to other music databases, mainly because I really do feel like this list has a lot of validity to it. Well, yeah, there is the massive caveat of any random person who hasn't even listened to an album can just rate it whatever and leave a review. But before I decided I wanted to do this challenge, I looked at the top 20 albums that are on this list, and I honestly agree with like most of those placements. Like most of the people leaving reviews are likely people that are just as enthusiastic about music as I am, so chances are, at least I would like to hope, that most of the people on this site are being genuine in their rankings. But yeah, with that being said, I should also mention that besides looking at like the first 20 songs on this list, because, well, I had to get an idea of what I was getting into, I am completely ignorant of what else is even on this list. So, like the other 340 albums on this list, I could not tell you what they are. But yeah, no, I am extremely excited to see what I encounter because I can guarantee you so many of the albums on here I've likely never heard or listened to. So yeah. And with that being said, I also want to mention that I'm basically ranking albums after the very first time I listen to them. I'm not really going to get much background information about the artist or the concept of the album, if it's a concept album, before I listen to this, as well, I don't have that much time on my hands. Like, this challenge is honestly kind of this experiment. It's like a blind review of albums that, other people like. So, yeah, I may be biased to like an album because, oh, yeah, it's in this top 300 list. A lot of other users on this site like it. But I'll really try to be as unbiased as possible when talking about and ranking these albums. So, yeah, with that being said, if an album that you really enjoy shows up on this list and I don't rank it so great, it might be because, maybe I need a second or a third listen to it because honestly, most of the albums that I like now took a little while to grow on me. So please don't get too offended. Not that my opinion actually matters in the first place, but yeah. And I will also be ranking these albums very strictly, and that is because, well, on a tier list you have the A through F tiers. I imagine that most of these albums, in theory, should be at least like in the B through S tier. Like, not a lot of these should fall below B tier if they truly are the top 300 albums of all time. So I am really going to be strict here with my rankings. And even if there's something slight like, oh, this song or these couple of songs weren't really the best in this album, didn't really fit the flow and things like that, the album could be placed in B or even C tier. So yeah, I'm going to be very harsh with these rankings, at least as harsh as I can. So that's another reason not to get too offended, because in the grand scheme of things, these albums are probably all A tier and above. But when you're comparing the best of the best, then you kind of have to have like a whole separate tier list for that. So like a D tier in this list will probably be like in A tier when we're talking about all music. So yeah, with that being said, this is what I'll be doing on this channel for the next year. I will try and make weekly uploads of my progress, not daily ones, as that would just be a lot of short videos at once. I feel like talking about and ranking 7 albums in one video is a solid amount, so I will shoot to upload these progress videos every Sunday evening or Monday morning. But yeah, this will pretty much be my life for the next year. So if you guys are interested, I hope you will enjoy the ride and discover some cool tunes that you may not have heard before, because that's ultimately why I'm doing this. Like, discovering music is genuinely one of my favorite things. But yeah, with that being said, I'll get ready to begin this challenge and hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.